welcome back to Food Prep Guide. Today we are going to dehydrate mock pineapple. So what mock pineapple is actually zucchini that is soaked and cooked in pineapple juice, actually a mixture of pineapple, lemon juice, and sugar. And then we will dehydrate it and it will taste just like pineapple chunks. So the first thing we do is we're going to cut the ends off of our zucchini. And if there's any blemishes like this right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. If there's any blemishes that you see, go ahead and cut that out. Next, we are taking our vegetable peeler and just going to peel it. I don't know about you, but I can't stand using vegetable peelers. Oh, they're kind of scary, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay. Okay, next thing we do is we cut the zucchini long ways. Take a big spoon. Now this zucchini is not very seedy. You can see the seeds are not even very well developed, so I could probably get away with not even scooping these out, but just for demonstration purposes, you can just take the tip of your spoon and just kind of scrape out those top layer of seeds. Okay, yeah, there were some in there, so and it's okay if there's, a little bit left in there, no big deal. Go ahead and do the same thing with this side. Okay. Now to make this really look and feel like zucchini, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in triangles. So that all we're going to do is angle our knife like that, making little triangles. Angle it. And that's all you do. Next step is going to go into the pot for pineapple juice, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, we have chopped our zucchini. We ended up with 8 quarts. The recipe is based on 4 quarts, and for every 4 quarts of zucchini, you need 46 ounces of pineapple juice, 1.5 cups of lemon juice, and 3 cups of sugar. Since I ended up with 8 quarts of zucchini, I'm going to double all that, add it to my pot, and I will show you the next step after that. Here we have our zucchini, or our mock pineapple, in the pot. The next step is to bring it to a boil. So I'm just going to turn it on high, cover it, and wait for it to come to a boil. We are at a good boil now, so we're going to turn this down to a low simmer for 20 minutes. Oops. And we'll keep it covered. So our mock pineapple chunks have just finished simmering for 20 minutes. So now all we do is I'm going to use this big slotted spoon, scoop it out, let it drain out as much as possible. You want to get as much liquid out as possible so that the dehydrating process doesn't have to take any longer than necessary. And then I'm just going to put it on our trays, and I'll just use the back of the spoon to spread them out evenly. And that's all I'll do. I will fill up all of these trays, place it in the dehydrator at 125 degrees, and it will take probably about 8 to 10 hours, but I will start checking it at 6 hours and see how it goes. Real quick, I just want to talk about this beautiful, amazing leftover pineapple juice. We don't want to waste it, of course, and it actually has so many uses. Now, if you just want to make dehydrated pineapple chunks or mock pineapple, you don't need to be too specific about your recipe, because you can just make sure all of the zucchini is covered with a mixture of pineapple juice and lemon juice, just enough to completely soak in it. But we love multi-purpose and making sure that if we're going to invest time to make something, we want to be able to use it in multiple ways. This leftover juice, you can can this up, which is why I use a specific recipe, to make jelly later. I can can this up now, put it on my pantry shelf, and later on when my kids need some jelly for their peanut butter and jelly, and if we're out, I can make up some jelly for that. This is also fantastic marinade for chicken, just as is. If you are cooking up chicken sometime in the week, you can take a jar off your shelf, put it in a bag or a dish, soak your chicken in it overnight, and it will be absolutely delicious and tender, because pineapple is full of enzymes that can help break down tough meat. Not only that, but we added some sugar, so there's a little bit of sweetness there to go along with the tangy. It's delicious. Another thing you can make with this is teriyaki sauce. Teriyaki sauce is very easy to make at home. Maybe we can do a future video on that for another time, but this pineapple juice really makes delicious teriyaki sauce. So I'm going to can this up, and it'll be on the shelf for whatever we need it for in the future. And we're back with the finished product. Here's our mock pineapple. This ended up taking about 14 to 16 hours. I actually ended up going overnight with it, and that is perfectly fine. That's one reason why I recommend dehydrating all of your fruits and vegetables at 125 degrees Fahrenheit. That way, if it needs to go overnight, it's not going to burn, and you retain more of the nutrients when you dehydrate at a lower temperature. Another thing I wanted to show you is it's hard to tell when dried fruit is done, because it still glistens, it still looks wet, and it's still sticky. But this is perfectly done, and here's how you tell. You rip it open and then squeeze both ends. If you don't see any droplets of moisture squeeze out, it's done. So this is perfectly done, and this will be fine in a jar on the shelf for 6 months to a year.